Watch me not have my microphone on. That's just smart of me. So it's being weird right now. And I have to re-download it. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If not, we can play Doki Doki. Ba-ding. If not, we can play some scary games from this website. Because there seems to be a lot of horror games. Open Sesame. Extract all. Extract. Why are you full screen? Let's minimize that. Stop going full screen, Jesus. Close that. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. Will it work with the gaming? No. Give me a second. I'm gonna... No, I don't want to remove that. Window capture. Window capture at source. It's being weird. Oh god. This is why things should not be happening live. Not stream OBS. Why the Microsoft Store? Does it not recognize this? I don't want to restart it because I know it's gonna fail. Alright, fine, whatever. No, you could just stream Discord. I don't care. But we're gonna hide this. Turn on display capture. Why is it in the middle of the screen again? Give me a fucking second here. Game overlay. Toggle position. There we go. Alright. Today, playing a dating simulator. Which, I don't know why we're playing a dating simulator, but is my load still here? Yes, it is. So I was playing it by myself a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? No. Let's do this with everyone. Which I actually did do that on stream, actually. So, I'm gonna continue doing that one myself. But anyways, I can't believe I'm playing a Joesph Dimmy fucking... Okay. Let's see if I can read today. Probably not. As I walk up the slope, I'm trying not to drag my feet. Students are wearing the same outfit and are walking along the same incline, splitting into little groups and talking animatedly, even though it's so early in the morning. Why are they so happy? The school has one of the worst reputations in the whole city. But I guess it takes a special kind of person to come to a school like this. The kind of person who doesn't care that they're going to a school designed especially for delinquents. Or maybe I'm just grumpy. Mornings aren't my thing. I kick a rock along. Oh, you guys can't hear it. I just realized that. If I can click it. There we go. Fuck. It's not what I mean. I kick a rock along with me as far as I go. I kick a rock along with me, going as far as to veer my path when I kick it too far out of the way. All these kids be damned. This rock will be my new friend. It's not that I have the intention of making friends. Making friends at this new school, but starting a school year in the middle of a semester wasn't going to be easy. Everyone already got into their little friend groups and have already bonded. Not much room for a new kid, especially one who wasn't even a delinquent. I kicked the rock a little too forcefully as it skitters ahead of me. I watch it in slow motion as it zooms towards a storm drain. Plop. I just killed my one and only friend. Nice. So this is it, huh? I was expecting busted windows and weeds, but maybe a little of ominous lighting. But it looks like any other school. The kids too. Sure, there were a few crazy hairstyles, and most have taken very generous liberations with the uniform, but they're not that bad. No, I can't get weak. Even if I'm lonely, I can't let my guard down. If I do, the next thing I'll know, I'll be in a gang committing petty crimes and arson. Bro, I want to commit arson. Gotta stay on my toes. Boring people, am I right? Constant vigilance. Hey there, Joesph. Joesph! I like how I'm just spoiling shit. I jump immediately and take on a defense stance that I've seen in old kung fu movies. The guy laughs and looks at me up and down. Well there, pal, I ain't looking for trouble. I'm not voice acting. He seems nice. I ease my fist. He seems nice enough. I ease my fist down. So I guess I was right to assume you're the new kid, right? Mr. Jonathan told me you'd be coming today. Alright, so before I pick anything, let me explain a little bit about this game. This game has multiple routes you can go. So you can go Josuke's route, I think you can go Jonathan's route. Even though he's the teacher. I don't remember. You can go Jotaro's route, I think you can go. There's many routes. I keep on ending up with Josuke's. So what I'm gonna do is do the opposite of what I've been doing. Which hopefully I'll do the opposite because I always forget what I'm doing. So let's go ahead. Can I even click this? No. Let's go ahead. Okay, so the options are, is that obvious? What is it to you, Mr. Jonathan? Question mark. Let's be a little like rude. It's not rude per se, but like, what is it to you? The guy gives an awkward laugh. Well, I mean, Mr. Jonathan asked me to give you a little tour. Oh, yeah. I'm Josuke, by the way. What should I call you? Alright. So my other route that I'm doing, I'm going as Noriaki, which is Kakuin's first name. Which I accidentally ran into Kakuin, but it's fine. It's not that awkward. God, I don't know. I'm searching up Japanese names. No, go away, Gmail. Common Japanese names. Shizuki. Shizuki. Well, Shizuki, let's get going, shall we? Josuke shows me around. Kids are miling in the hallways and filtering into their classrooms, paying us little mind. Everything actually looks pretty ordinary. Huh? Nothing. This place just might actually be a little nicer than the school I used to go to. Well, you know what they say. Don't judge your book by its asshole alert. Don't judge your book by its asshole alert. Wait, what? Before I had the time to ask, a guy bounds up behind us and wraps an arm around Josuke's neck like they're the best of buds. By Josuke's face, I can tell that's most not likely the case. Oi, Josuke-chan. Caesar. Sorry. Josuke sighs through his nose and doesn't bother to hide his annoyance. I told you not to call me that. The guy pinches Josuke's cheek. And I told you to call me senpai, but you don't. This is what people call a stalemate, Josuke-chan. Josuke huffs and shrugs the guy's arm off him. Shouldn't you be in class? Nah. Josuke scoffs. What do you mean, nah? Class isn't optional. What it is when you have bigger fish to fry. I've been quietly watching the exchange the whole time. But now the guy's eyes fall on me. Speaking of fish I'd like to fry, he holds his hand out to me. I'm Joesph Joestar. Let's introduce ourselves. I put my hand out to meet his. Wow, his hands are big. No shit, it's like probably like that compared to my hands. Cause Joestars have big hands. Josuke's is probably like this though. I don't know why I just did that. Wow, his hands are big. I'm Shizuki, nice to meet you. So polite. Instead of shaking my hand, he grabs it and leans in and leans his head down. Wait. Holy shit, is he going to? He brushes a soft kiss against my knuckles before grinning up at me. The pleasure is all mine. Josuke's eyes obviously used to Joseph's actions. Stop harassing the new kid and tell us what you want. Joesph straightens up and finally gets to the heart of the matter. Have you seen Caesar around? The bell rings, signaling that class is starting. The last few stragglers in the hallway disappeared into different doors, leaving the three of us alone. Joesph didn't seem protruded? Look, I'm 15 and I want to be an English teacher. In the slightest. He's probably in class, you know, like he's supposed to be, like you're supposed to be. Joesph sticks his tongue out at Josuke playfully. Don't act like you don't cut glass, Josu-chan. Me and the new kid aren't fooled by the slightest. Look at his face. I'm not really paying attention to their face. I'm paying attention more down here. It's clear that Josuke is about to sputter some response, but Josuke gives the guy a hearty laugh and claps him on the back. I'm sorry, man. I'm only teasing you. You just make it so easy. What does Caesar look like? How does one explain the person who is Caesar Zeppeli? Zeppeli, whatever. Josuke rolls his eyes. Let's see. Picture me, but 30% less sexy and a lot more blonde. We haven't seen him. Well, damn, that bastard knows we have a day at the fountain this morning. Oh, you guys are finally dating? What do you mean, finally? The stud is flying solo. He winks at me. That is until the stud finds the right little fishy. I must make a weird face because Joesph breaks into a gale of laughter. When he calms down, he points at Josuke. Caesar-chan and I have a race. Loser has to buy lunch. But the yellow belly is taking his dear sweet time. At this rate, my racer isn't going to be in physical peak condition. So, you two who are racing then who? Josuke puts a finger to his lips. It's better not to ask questions. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go track down that Italian bastard. See ya. Well, that guy is certainly something. Josuke laughs. Yeah, it's certainly one way to put it. He's really not a bad guy. He's just rambunctious. Yeah, that's the word. He sucks in a deep breath and lets his cheeks puff out before exhaling it. So, anyways, let's get back to that tour. Josuke is really talkative and giving me people to watch out for, pointers how to fit in, and other odds and ends of information. He's quick to laugh at and has a certain charm to make me feel at ease. Well, that's our humble little school. I guess it's time to go to class now. I want to show you guys this one, but like, I can't because I don't want to go Josuke's route again. I may go at it at the end. Let's go ahead and save here because I know this is where like your choices matter, basically. Everyone looked at us when we entered the room, as to be expected. As the teacher, Mr. Jonathan, stops writing on the board and looks at us and gives us both a nice smile. There you are. I was starting to wonder if you two have gotten lost. He looks at me and smiles even broader. Wow. If he keeps this up, I'm gonna go blind. You must be Shizuki. It's nice to meet you. It's great to meet you. Never mind. Sup. I can see his smile slip slightly, but he seems to take it in stride. He's probably used to informal speech from students after all. Did Josuke give you a good tour? I hope he wasn't too troublesome. We only did a handful of petty crimes. Nothing fretful, rest assured. Josuke shakes his head and Josuke laughs before heading towards his seat. Would you like to introduce yourself to the class, Shizuki? I would much like to not do it, but I know it's a rhetorical question. I turn to the class. Shall we be weird, normal, or awkward? Awkward. Okay, good so far. I'm excited to be part of your class. Okay, final statement. I got this. And I guess that's it. Glare at everyone. Just act so awkward that just fucking glare at people. And I guess that's it. The class looked underwhelmed by my intro, but I guess it's to be expected. Josuke gives me a small thumbs up anyways. Thank you for that introduction, Shizuki. Jonathan claps his hands together. We've got a few seats available. Choose whichever one you want. Not by Josuke. Should we go by Jonathan, or let's go over here? The class is mostly full, but score, there's a couple of window seats still open. I make a beeline for one before anyone can get to it and slang it. There's nothing like having a constant distraction beside me from the very first day of class. Alright, settle down. I get comfortable as Mr. Jonathan calls out roll and sets into the lesson of the day. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually pretty good so far. I mean, yes, I've played it before. But, like, it's good. And just, it's not the worst. Like, it's not the worst dating sim I've played. And it has a good storyline, but I wish there was more options. The view out the window is great. I can see some of the grounds and pretty much all of the courtyard with the fountain. Fuck. I keep pressing that. It's all empty. Not really a surprise since everyone's in class. The guy from earlier, even with the distance between us, I can spot him easily. After all, he's like 6'13", built like a linebacker. He's huddling on the far side of the fountain from me with some blonde guy who's almost as huge as he is. Are they? No, they've got a turtle, and now I'm even more confused. A little distracted? I almost fall on my seat as I realized everyone in class was looking at me. Also because I leaned halfway out the window to see what's going on to see what those guys were doing. I'm fine! Not cool. I hunker down in my seat to make it that nobody can see how embarrassed I am. It's a delinquent school. Why does it matter if I'm even paying attention? Jonathan gives me an aspirated smile and goes back to teaching the lesson. Like he's the cool uncle instead of a teacher in charge of straightening out a bunch of goof-offs. Maybe I should at least try to stay focused. No offense to Mr. Jonathan, but I've never been able to pay attention long enough to listen to a lecture. It's only about 5 minutes before my pencils just start scribbling in the margin of my notebook instead of taking notes. while my brain tries to figure out how buff Mr. Jonathan is under his stuffy teacher clothes. The verdict ripped enough to make those guys at the fountain look like pipsqueaks. I wonder what happened with them anyways. I casually look out the window to scan the courtyard, but they're gone. Huh, guess they're gone with their turtle business. I settle back into my seat and pick up the pencil again. Maybe I can make it seem like I'm a good student. Sorry I'm running away. I was busy winning a bet. All heads turn in the direction of the class door. Standing there with the smuggest grin I've ever seen is Joesph. It's nice to see you finally decided to join us. Sass from what is with that face? Oh god. Sass from the teacher. Ooh. He's got a good patient smile on. But what a big old teddy bear. Good to know we can get away with stuff. Of course, what else am I gonna do around here? Joesph laughs and saunters through the rows of occupied desks towards the chair, and desks and chairs towards me. As he comes closer to me, I'm struck by how big he is. Why is he coming over here? All of a sudden, I remember the empty seat behind me. Joesph tosses himself into the seat like he owns it. No need to stop just because I'm here. Go back to do your teacher thing. Even though I can't see him, I hear the goofy smile on his face. Mr. Jonathan looks like he's about to close. Whoa, I'm dyslexic. Mr. Jonathan looks like he's about this close to rolling his eyes so hard he falls over, but instead he turns back to the chalkboard and goes back to the lesson. Let's turn around. Holding back impulses from his chums, I turn around in my seat to size Joesph up. Congrats on winning your bet. Joesph grins and gives me a thumbs up. Thanks. It was just for vending machine snacks. But it's always fun to kick Caesar's butt at something. Ah, so the blonde guy was Caesar. I had guessed as much, but now it's confirmed. What were you doing with that turtle? Oh, you saw that? We were racing them. and they like water, right? So we brought them to the fountain so they could shrivel up. So they wouldn't shrivel up or something. So they would shrivel up. I didn't know that. Cool. I swear to God, I'm dyslexic. I never really even thought twice about turtles before, but Joesph is smiling like a goof, and it's contagious enough that my face hurts. I turn back before Mr. Jonathan can catch me not keeping up the good student facade. I even start to take notes again. But then a thump on the back of my chair and But then there's a thump on the back of my chair and I straighten up. I can feel something digging into my back. The person sitting next to me looks over with sympathy in their eyes. I turn my head to see Joseph's feet on the back of my chair, soles of his shoes right in my face. What the crap, man? It's only my first day. Then again, I should really have to expect something from a school of delinquents. Main column and sitting on. I turn back to my notebook and jab my pencil into the margins of a couple times to cool off. After a few minutes, Joesph puts his feet down. It takes at least 10 years, but the bell finally rings and everyone starts piling out of the classroom. I just stay in my seat. There's no point to try fighting through that mess. Make sure you do the reading tonight. Nobody really listens to him, but he seems kind of like he expected that and doesn't look too put out. The blonde guy from the fountain, Caesar, appears in the doorway just as the crowd of people escaping from the classroom starts to thin out. Taking your time, Jojo? He turns to me instead of waiting for Joesph to answer. He gives me an amused, pitying look. I'm so sorry you have to sit next to this idiot. Hey! Just ignore him if he gives you any trouble. He's harmless. Trouble's my middle name. I glance over at Joesph, but he's got a grin on his face, like Caesar isn't talking trash on him right in front of him. I turn to Caesar with the matching grin. Trouble's my middle name. Ha! Caesar rolls his eyes like he's going for a record. Good lord, there's two of you. Joesph punches Caesar right in the shoulder, looking like he won something. Joesph shoves Joesph back. Huh? Caesar shoves him off, and they basically slap fight their way to the door together. Are they enemies? Are they friends or enemies? You're just jealous I got to sit next to someone cute. Aww. I hurry up and focus on packing my stuff, hoping they're too busy bickering with each other to notice how red my face is getting. Aww. Joesph isn't in class the next day, which, whatever, delinquent school. But when it gets all the way to Friday and he still hasn't showed up, I start to worry a little bit. Just a little, you know, normal amount, no big deal. I actually managed to get to school early for once. There's a bunch of people hanging out over in the courtyard. Oh hey, it's that blonde guy that Joesph was at. Caesar? That was his name, right? Hey, Caesar! I wave to get his attention. He breaks off from a group and comes over. I haven't seen Joesph in a couple of days. Is he okay? Caesar sighs. He's fine, just cut in class. He seems a lot chiller now than he was around Joesph. Oh, okay. I guess I'll get to class then. You're in Jonathan's first, right? I'll walk with you. He falls into step with me, and boy, it's a lot easier to push through crowds with a bigger dude to clear a path for me. Caesar hasn't said anything, so I felt compelled to break the silence between us. So you and Joesph, how long have you and Joesph known each other? Caesar chuckles. Ever since I boxed his ears for back-talking our 5th grade teacher. A few schoolyard brawls later, I can't get rid of him. I try to imagine the two of them as kids, but I can't picture them as anything other than beefcakes. So in my head, they're just two huge dudes in elementary school uniforms throwing hands on a playground. I laugh so hard I almost... That's not what I meant! Crud, he must have been a brat as a kid. You can't even imagine. He hasn't grown up one bit. He's a good person though. When he's not causing trouble. Definitely no heart of gold, but he's in the right place at least. He looks fond. Guess there's more to both of them than I thought. We were outside the classroom now. He opens the door for me. I'll hunt him down this weekend. Let me know if you need me to punch him for anything. Aw, that's cute. He thinks I won't punch someone for myself. I throw him a thumbs up anyways. You got it. The rest of the day takes literally forever to pass. Ugh. Ugh. Not I mean, it's the same noise, right? Maybe if school wasn't so boring, I would have ended up stuck at this cram school. At least Mr. Jonathan tries to make things interesting, which is more than I can say from any of my other teachers, past or present. But sweet freedom after the bell finally rings. I hustle out before anyone can do something stupid like ask me to stay for anything. It's a beautiful day out, breezy and not a cloud in the sky, but I have a ton of homework, so I cut through the park. I spotted another day on my way home. There's all sorts of students, joggers, and moms with kids hanging out in the open areas, but there's a path that goes off into the trees that looks like it probably leads in the right direction to home. The pathway is still all sunny, but there's a lot of trees on either side, which makes it all dark and cool over the shrubs and things planted off in the path. There's even one of those big gate things over the path ahead, looking all formal. It's pretty cool, but I'm totally turned around. I thought that said I'm pretty turned on. Oh god. It's pretty cool, but I'm totally turned around by the point and have no idea if I'm going the right direction. Oh hey, is that Joseph's crouched over that bend of the path, checking for something under the bushes. Call to him. Hey Joesph. Yeah. He falls on his butt in the gravel, and when I run forward to see, there's a little black and white dog under the bush in front of where he was crouching. It stops barking. It starts barking in teeth at him. It stops barking its teeth at him and sits down in the grass with his nose in the air like it's too good to even scramble off. Joesph pouts up at me, upside down. Yeah, it's cute enough. I want to smother him. Aw. You scared the crap out of me. What are you doing? Joesph faces us up. Oh, check out. I found this little guy. He gestures to the dog, who proceeds to give him an intense stink eye I've ever seen. It's actually pretty impressive. I'm trying to get him to kind of come out, but he's being a big baby about it. The stink eye intensifies. Do we even have a toy? What magical bag of toy? Magical bag of toy. Oh my god, I just hit my microphone. Leave the dog alone. That dog kind of looks like a jerk. Maybe you shouldn't be messing with him. No, it's fine. Dogs love me. Joesph grins and reaches out to it. Before I can blink it bites him. Yeah! I told you so! The dog lets go and books it into the trees. Joesph falls on his butt and holds his hand where I bit him. Are you okay? Joseph's shoulders are bunched up and hunched over. When I try to get a look at him, he stands up really fast and turns away. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I should have listened. He stomps off. I blew it so hard I didn't even try to follow him. Oh. Talk about bad ending. I sometimes hate being right. Crap, I still got a lot of homework to do. Today sucks. Much better. Okay, I really should get out of bed before I fall asleep again. Instead of feeling normal bored annoyance, the normal bored annoyance I have as I stretch and stumble my way into my uniform, I actually feel pretty excited today. Over the last weeks, I figured out there's a 50-50 chance shot Joesph will show up to class on any given day. According to Caesar, those odds used to be a lot lower. According to Caesar, the odds have changed once I started coming to school. Even if Joesph doesn't show up, Caesar and I usually have a cool time hanging out. And after school, we usually track Joesph down so the three of us can chill together. I hope Joesph shows up today. Class is more fun with someone to goof off with. Dang, I'm kind of late. Late for being early. There's still time before the bell, but I like getting in at least a few minutes early so I can talk trash with Caesar and get ready for the day. There's still a few people hanging around the courtyard, but mostly everyone's already inside. I better hurry. Mr. Jonathan isn't there yet, so most of the other students are just standing around talking. Oh hell yeah, Joseph's here. I catch his eye and we grin together as I saunter over and toss myself into my seat. You're here early. Oh, am I? I haven't noticed. He's acting a little different. Nope, not a big thing. He's definitely plotting something. We all know you never get here before Mr. Jonathan is at least 20 minutes into the lecture. Joesph puts his hand on his chest like I've looted him. Now listen here, Shizuki. I am an excellent student and I will not have you slandering my good name like this. You're up to something. I am not. R2, he grins. Okay, maybe a little. I knew it. I lean over his desk conspiratorially. Sorry, gonna let me in on the plan? I prefer to utilize this element of surprise. This isn't a prank on me, right? It's not. He crosses over his heart, but the grin hasn't left his face. Promise. Before I can pry anymore can be one word, right? in this situation? I don't know. Before I could pry anymore, Mr. Jonathan comes into the room. Good morning, class. Dang. Well, I'm sure I'll find out pretty soon anyways. Mr. Jonathan starts his usually morning stuff. The guy tries, but there's only so much you can do for an 8 a.m. cram class. Interesting. Wait. Even with the anticipation for Joseph's mysterious prank, I can already feel myself zoning out. The fuck was that? The class was deathly silent. Mr. Jonathan clears his throat. So on to our order of business. This time the whole class bursts into laughs. Who's responsible for this? Josuke bolts up in his chair. It's not me! I didn't say it was you. I'm clearing my name here and now. Another quack comes out of nowhere. What the fuck? Where is that coming from? Jonathan looks pretty flustered. And everyone looks around to try to find the perpetrator. Of course, already know the culprit. Our eyes meet and Joesph drops a wink of me. See how it plays out. I try to hide my grin and glance back at Joesph. He laughs, but skillfully disguises it with a cough. I look at Mr. Jonathan and he's clearly trying hard not to laugh himself. Alright, it was a good joke, but now we need to get back to the matter of hand. Mr. Jonathan stops trying to talk and looks straight at Joesph. Crap, he figured it out? Well, I guess it's not that hard. If you know Joesph, or no, even halfway paid attention to Joesph and I were giggling and shooting each other meaningful glances all the time. We really have to work on our poker faces. A few silent seconds pass, and Jonathan looks at the rest of the class. I'm glad Joesph had a common sense to stop with the quacks while we were still ahead. In that case, before I was interrupted, I was trying to tell you class about the class trip. Class trip! The class erupts into excited chatter, and Mr. Jonathan looks at them all happy. Alright, settle down. He waits for the class to regain some composure before continuing. This year we will be taking a trip to the beach. More cheers, this is awesome. I look over at Joesph. I can see the gears in his head turning. He's probably already imagining all the shenanigans he could get up to at the beach. The class eventually settles down and into the daily grind of learning stuff. But even with our noses in our textbooks and everyone is clearly busy thinking about the upcoming trip. The end of the day. I'm really looking forward to some leftover spaghetti and trashy television. Hey Suzuki, you heading home already? Now I'm off to fight crime. Unless you have something better to offer. And as a matter of fact, I do. Oh? He points to himself. Me. He points at me. You. Big, mouth-watering burgers with the side of greasy fries. That's certainly tempting. Only tempting? He lets out a huge sigh. I guess I'll have to pull out the big guns. He pauses dramatically. And a milkshake. Sold! To the gentleman in a half shirt. It's not a half shirt. It's a 3/4 shirt at least. We both laugh. But anyways, I'm starving. Let's hit the road. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Hell yeah! Woo! This is a pretty sweet ride. Joesph runs his hand over the dashboard lovingly, bopping the Hawaiian girl bobble, setting her huluing. It's my pride and joy, my home away from home. He pulls his stick shift and eases onto the road. He's actually a really careful driver, never going over the speed limit because using his mirrors. Never going over the speed limit and using his mirrors and turn signals and stuff like you're supposed to. With his personality, I kind of figured he'd be a maniac behind the wheel. Compliment his driving. I gotta say, what the fuck did that say? I gotta say, I'm really surprised. About what? Your driving. It's really good. Joesph laughs. What were you expecting? I don't know. You just seem really laid back. I figure you'd be a pretty careless driver. So you think I'm careless? No, it's not what I meant. The car goes silent as I try to think of what to say next. Before I can figure out something to say my ass, Joesph speaks up. Being laid back and careless are two different things. And besides, I only seem laid back. Man, I think I really upset him. I'm sorry. My mouth moves faster than my brain. It's all good. But is it though? I frown and look out the window. Oh, I've seen this place. I've never been in it. It's kind of tacky. Not quite the good way. And not quite the good way. But I've heard the food is really good. Time to get our burger on. Let's eat until our arteries beg us to stop. I like the cut of your jib. I'll run and get our food. Today is too nice to be sitting inside, don't you think? Sounds good to me. What do you like? I like whatever you're having. Awesome, I'll be right back. I take a tentative seat on the hood of Joseph's car as he disappears into the building. It's a really nice day. He made a good call to keep things outdoors. I tilt my head up at the sun and nearly feel like dozing off. I have returned! He's brandishing a brown paper sack, and that's already getting dark with grease at the bottom. Two styrofoam cups. For a second, I'm afraid he'll get mad at me for being at the top of his precious car, but instead he hops up in the hood, like, right next. But instead he hops up on the hood right next to me. Looks like we're having a standard fast food meal of burgers, fries, and milkshakes, as promised. A ground beef patty seasoned with blend of salt and pepper, topped with iceberg lettuce freshly picked from the head, and thinly sliced loco grown Roma tomato, all on seasoned sesame seed bun. He pulls out each item as he describes it. Bon appetit. I laugh. You're a true gourmet. Only the finest foods in my sate my palate. He winks and unwraps his burger and then takes a huge bite. This acidity of the tomato pairs perfectly with the saltiness of the beef, a true venture into the realm of balanced flavor. I laugh and try out the fries. They're really good. I know you're being a goof, but it actually sounds like you know what you're talking about. I sip the milkshake. Vanilla. Woo! Vanilla gang! I think you'll go to You think you'll go to culinary school when you graduate? Nah. I like food, but focusing my whole life on it doesn't sound like a good time. He takes another bite of his burger, thoughtful and maybe a little sad. I can tell he's got more to say, but I keep myself busy with my burger. Wow, this is really tasty. Joesph takes a sip of his milkshake and sighs. Graduation really is around the corner, isn't it? I nod. Joesph fiddles with his straw. Caesar's going to Italy on a scholarship. The guy's got his whole life planned out. I can even tell that bothers him. I swallow my bite. Are you upset she's leaving? He shakes his head and smiles kind of weird. No way, I'm really happy for him. He's always been really driven. He sees what wants 10, 15, and 100 miles down the road and can figure out how to get there and goes after it with all its heart. He pokes at his fries. Knowing what you want in life is probably the most important thing in the world. That is true. This got deep really fast. I take a long sip of my milkshake. We gather up our trash and put it back in the bag. Thanks for the meal, man. Don't mention it. That just sounded like me. Because I call people man all the time. Man, bro, bitch. Those are my main go-tos. We throw our trash away and hop off the hood of the car. The air is starting to cool down as the sun touches the top of the trees. The top of the nearby trees. It's gonna get dark soon. Yeah. I know that's the polite way. I know that's the polite way of saying it's time to wrap up our little hangout. Are you ready to head home? I shrug. It's starting to get late and it's a school night, but I haven't done any of my homework yet. But I kind of really don't want this night to end. If you don't want to head out yet, I have a place I'd like to take you. And right now is the perfect place to go. Go with him. I smile a little. All right, I'll bite. Look at his little blush. I haven't looked at their faces, not gonna lie. Joesph grins so huge it makes my heart skip a beat. Awesome. He opens the passenger door for me. In that case, let's get rolling. He puts on some music and mingles with the sound of the car engine at the red sunset, and it makes it easy for my mind to wander. Joesph talking about the future makes me really think about my own. What do I want to do with my life? Who do I want to be? These are really big questions, and I don't have any idea what the answers are. I don't think I will anytime soon either. Graduation, it's really coming. At some point, the sun went the rest of the way down behind the trees. Joseph's headlights were on, throwing two pale circles onto the asphalt. Asphalt zooming under us. We've been going uphill for a while now. It's not really enough to feel much different, but I hold my nose to pop my ears just in case. Almost there. I side-eye him with a little grin. You're not taking me to some creepy cabin in the middle of the woods, are you? Cause I like how they spelled "cuz" here. Cause I've seen all the horror movies, and you won't get me that easily. Joesph snickers. Maybe not. I laugh. He really won't take me. He won't let me know anything about this place, will he? We veer off into the main road onto a dusty path I would have missed if I had been the one driving. Branches brush across the car as we go along the bumpy trail. It's barely wide enough for his car, but we're still going up. The path ends in a grassy clearing on the top of a hill. Oh, that doesn't look bad. All the city lights down there. Okay, here we are. I didn't know I'd be expecting this, but I'm speechless. It makes sense why he wanted us to go around here around dusk. We can see the whole city spread out across the horizon, sparkling lights, almost like the night sky is reflected below us. Wow. It's really something, isn't it? I glance over at him, staring out over the city. He's staring out over the city. Seeing all those people down there, each light a different home, a different life, makes you kind of feel small in the grand scheme of things. He comes around the car and wraps my hand around his. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Come on. I follow him at the very top of the hill. I feel dizzy and weightless. It's totally just because we're so high up, that's all. Joesph takes a huge breath, enough to puff his chest out. Ah! Oh my gosh, you can see the birthmark. I love that. My eyes go wide as he yells at the top of his lungs. What are you doing? Relieving stress? Try it. Scream. Let up the function. Sounds like bullshit, but I'll believe it. Dang, this does feel good. I'm not ready to graduate. I'm tired of people thinking they know everything. Is he saying the things that are eating at him? Huh. I guess I'll give it a try. Complain about capitalism. Complain about stress. I'm tired of feeling tired. I'm tired of always being on edge. That's it. Let it all out. I'm terrified of the future. I'm terrified of being alone. We both scream into the night. I feel like weight lifted off my shoulders. Getting to say these things out loud feels good. So cleansing. Our screams trail off into laughs. I feel better. Me too. We look out over the city. It's so quiet here, peaceful. I feel like I could live up here. out of reach from all of my problems. Joesph sighs. When I'm up here, it feels like my life is so insignificant. But it's not a bad feeling. Yeah, I get that. We're both silent for a long time. I guess we should probably start heading back. I know he's right, but it still makes me feel sad. Yeah. I pat around the car door until I can find the crank to roll the window down. How old-fashioned. That is old-fashioned. I remember my grandmother's like old car where you have to roll down the windows with the crank. I remember that. Those were like the best cars. With the window down, the car is filled with cool, rushing night air. I stick my hand out and hold it against the wind for a minute, and then it started to tilt and sail with the flow. My hair is whipping around my head. I feel so alive. I can't remember ever feeling this good. Loading. Today's the day of the school trip. I'm so excited I didn't even need my alarm clock to wake up this morning. I'm already up and raring to go practically before the sun is up, which is good because my alarm finally quit the other day after all the abuse I put it through. I slam dunk that sucker to the garbage. Whatever, I'll get a new one. It's beach time. I meet up with the rest of the class. We both pile onto the bus and go the rest of the way. With the ambulance of meatheads in the class, Joesph and Caesar have managed to stake out some seats to each other, so the three of us got to sit together. Caesar spent the entire ride pretending he wants to stop Joesph and I, sneaking pencils and papers into Josuke's pompadour, but he doesn't rat us out once, so we've got his number. Why would you do that to Josuke? Because all you're gonna do is make Josuke mad. Ugh. Finally, the air coming in the open windows stops smelling like pavement and starts smelling like sweet ocean breeze. Once outside, out the window is clear skies, blue waves, and soft sand as far as the eye can see. It's a beautiful day, warm, sunny, perfect for swimming and sunbathing. I can't wait to make the most of it. Mr. Jonathan stands up as the bus slows to a stop. All right, everyone, settle down. He knows he's got about 12 seconds of our attention before we all vibrate right out of our seats, so he gets right into it. Have fun, do not get in too much trouble. Be respectful to everyone on the beach. We pour off the bus, and by the time we whipped up our way out of the parking lot and onto the sand, Joseph's already gotten his shirt off and is halfway off his pants, leaving his clothes on a trail behind him. Caesar is face palming. Wow, I can see why. Joseph, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? Jojo! What the fuck? Okay. Joesph was wearing his swimsuit under his clothes. It does not have a lot to the imagination. That swimsuit is an embarrassment, Jojo. You're just jealous at how you're just jealous. I look amazing, I know it. And I know it. As they start fighting again, I make my way over to the changing tents and get into my swimsuit with a little more privacy. When I come out, Caesar is nowhere to be found, and Joesph is waiting innocently under an oversized beach umbrella. Wow, that's a lot of muscle just all out there. Caesar busts off, and he wouldn't be seen with me in this orange travesty, so it's just you and me and then. Compliment the orange travesty. Joesph, look at me. I'm being dead serious right now. This swimsuit is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. His grin falters. And I love it! Where did you even find it? It's amazing. I have to go get one like it. He laughs and snaps the wristband of it. I found it in a store the last time my family went to Europe. The brand is actually Italian. I'm never gonna let Caesar live it down. Where'd you get yours? I really like it. Wow, out of nowhere. There's no way I can tell him I got it at a discount rack. Hey, look, a subject changed. He actually turns when I point. Crap. Now I gotta find something to be pointing at. Snack bar. Want to grab something to eat? I could go for an in-depth review of those chili cheese fries by our local gourmet. Joesph laughs. We'll have to compare the exquisite post-freezer burned fries to the diner downtown. We get all the way into the line outside the little tiki hut styled snack bar before I realize that I don't have my wallet. Crap, I left my wallet in my bag. No problem, I can. He stops and laughs psychologically as he looks at his book. I don't have mine either. The next few seconds are the longest and most awkward in my life. Do you want to swim instead? Oh my god, yes. Race you! I bolted towards the ocean before Joesph can do more than laugh. My feet pounded onto the hot sand, and I haven't made it halfway to the surf before Joesph had caught up, laughing and then grabbing me from the middle to throw me over his shoulder. Holy crap. I bounce and play on his shoulder as he runs, but he holds on tight, and then he's running straight into the waves. He makes it a dozen feet before he trips. I shriek as he sends us both head over heels into the water. Everything trembles as a wave crashes over us. He pulls me up above the surface with him seconds later, and it's impossible to be bad because I started this, and he's so stupid cute when he's soaking and laughing. Are you okay? Oh my god, the faces! They scare me slightly. That swimsuit scares me, but nice abs. Nice abs, Joesph. He pulls me the rest of the way to my feet. The water is only up to my waist and clear enough that I can see my toes wiggle in the sand at the bottom. All piggies accounted for. He laughs. Score. Want to swim for a while? Sure, but only if you promise not to drown me again. Aw, don't be mean. I'll be your own personal life preserver, I swear. He did say I swear at the end. He flops onto his back in the water, and I laugh and make a face when he splashes me. I flop next to him, and we just float, kicking every once in a while to keep us from being washed into shore, but mostly just letting the waves roll under us and enjoying the sun. Everybody is yelling and having fun on the beach, but it's all muted out by here under the rushing of the water and cawing of the gulls, circling and swooping around further. It's really nice. Something touches my hand and I look over. It's Joseph's hand, just kind of curling 2 fingers into mine. He looks up at the sky, and he's trying really hard to pretend it's by accident. I knit our 2 fingers together, and he doesn't look over, but I see the goofy grin that spreads across his face. I know I've got one on my face too. I look up at the sky and squeeze his hand a little so we can't drift apart. What an awesome day. I can't read cursive. Graduation. It said graduation! Holy crap, today's graduation. Not a big deal. Okay, I'm just gonna say this now. This round is longer than... I need to turn on the light. Probably should turn on a light. It's getting dark out there. Oh god. Alright, so I'll be back. I'll be back.